Hi, Esther here again, and I'm coming to you live on this Saturday evening. It's around 5 o'clock in Paris, and I happen to be taking us to. Okay, well, first of all, let me get to the. I normally am doing an exploring creativity, and that is kind of what I'm doing right now, but I'm not really because I'm just taking you to a show that I think is going to be very interesting. It's going. Normally the exploring creativity is listening to myself or someone else talk about the creations they have made because that's digs deep and is interesting. But this is something else. This is called Women in the Arctic. This is an art show called Women Artists in the Arctic, and it's at Espace de Femmes here in Paris. And I'm going to have you take a look at this because it's good to see you all, but this place is gorgeous. I don't know how far back I'm going to go. Here, I'll give you a whole little roundabout. I'm going to flip it around so that you can actually see what's going on. Because, here we go. Let's start at the exit way. Flip. Hold on, let's open up so you can actually see something. And here we are. Okay, that's the entryway or exit way. And we turn ourselves around. This is on Rue, here, let me go slow enough. This is on Rue Jacob, 3335 Rue Jacob, Espace des Femmes, which is from 1974 to 1975, opened by a woman. I should have the details, I was just told. I will get them to you. But here we go. See all the plants? There's actually a cat somewhere. You got big open air trees above, and just an absolutely gorgeous space. And a perfect space to have what we have here. Femmes, I don't know if you can see, Femmes artistes en Arctique. All right? So this is going to be pretty exciting. As exciting as, going to the Arctic. And before we go in, I just want you to know I'm not going to tell you what the art is about because that's not my job. Exploring creativity, that's their job. I'm going to have to put on a mask. But here we go, into the space. I'm going to be a little bit quiet. I hope you can hear me. We have some working, and I'm going to have to put on a mask, so hang with me a minute. I've worn lots of blue, different shades of blue to, here we go, mask on. Now let's take you on a tour of the space. I'm going to share it with you as well as I can. Let's just go straight to the artist. I'm going to bring you around so we can look directly at the artist together. I'll tell you who it is. If you want to know more about that person, I highly recommend you check them out. What it is was like all these women, artists, creators, spent long times in the Arctic. We're starting off with Rachel Abrams here. I mean, it would be up to the artist to describe what's happening, but just take a moment to look at the water. We're just going to look at these things, absorb it, take it in. Rachel Abrams. She would have lots to say about her own work. I don't dare. Now we're moving on to the next artist. And this is Claire Dibble. We'll first of all go back. And let's take a moment to come in and appreciate the smaller images. All those shades of blue, what you're seeing. Oh, doesn't it look amazingly cool and crisp and clean? Whatever you want to interpret in each of these pieces. Claire Dibble. these women just making things happen. I have no idea why we have to have women's shows. But we do. We have women's shows as if it's an oddity. Here we go. We have another Rachel Abrams here. This is absolutely beautiful. Apparently there's a different image on the other side. Let me go in and look at the stitching. All I'm going to do is have us look, because there's no way I could begin to explain to you what would be motivating. But boy, aren't we glad she motivated. Ooh, it's just so delicate. There's so many pieces here to look at. Okay, the next artist, let me bring you over here. This one, she is called Jennifer Willett. Jennifer Willett. Please look up these people or ask me if you, and I will figure out how to find out who these artists are. Look at what she's done. Drawing on the images. There's so many things happening. Look at the stories that go behind. Oh yeah, I don't know who is on, but you're sending a heart. Me too, I'm sending hearts. To these amazing artists. Oh, there's Rocky. Rocky, we're going to the Arctic. These are women who are spending time in the Arctic, which I've done that actually. I spent a good amount of time up in Norway and Finland, and there's something about it. You feel a little different while you're up there. And I have to say, I was actually kind of depressed to leave. That's my personal experience with Scandinavia. It felt really good. I would go back. I'm dying to go back to Iceland. That will happen. Let's move on to the next piece. We've got a couple paintings here. These are paintings, I believe. Let's see, hold on. My mediocre organization, crazy. Let's see what we've got here. This is Danielle Eubank. It's Danielle Eubank. And they're both the same artist. Isn't that quirky? Look at that. Look how little. It's just like a nugget. Hold on. See in relationship to my hand. That beautiful little nugget of a painting. Let's go in and have a look. And let's come back down. And for those of you who are just tuning in, today we're visiting a women artists going to the Arctic show in the Espace des Femmes, women's space in Paris. Okay, let's move on to the next piece. This next piece, it's a crime because you're never going to really appreciate what I'm seeing here. Criminal. Annick Goldenberg. There's so much beauty happening. I don't know, it's handmade paper maybe? With things happening on it. Look at it. It's just like suspended. I wish I could tell you. I wish we could have the artist here to tell us what happened. Annick Goldenberg. You know, what is this in context of the rest of her work? Does she always work like this? Does she do different things? There's so many questions to fill in with her story. Huh, look at that. Right down at the bottom, the raggedy. It's like a skin. I believe maybe it is a skin. It looks like paper of some sort, but I don't know. Actually, I should look. I could look and tell you, but that would be defeating the object. Okay, now we've got some more straightforward images. Let's try to get that light off of it. These images are photographs. Photographs of the Great North. Let's see them from afar. And they are by Tamara Enz. E-N-Z. Tamara Enz. So let's go up there and look at this. I'm going kind of slow. I'm not in any rush. I hope you're not in a rush. And if you are, then go rush. I'm just not in a rush to show you these things quickly. Look at that. Oh my God. It's like my shadow gets in the way. That's really annoying. And the richness of that gray. Like, it's a photograph, I guess. Maybe on some kind of... But look at it. Can you see that little boat there? I'm not sure my lighting is good enough to really pay... my shadow keeps getting in there. Damn, sorry about that, guys. Girls, whoever's here. It's luscious. It's the luscious gray. All right, let's go on to the next. Look at, there's some gorgeous stuff over here again. Okay, this little box is Karen Vermeeren. Karen Vermeeren. I will have all this information. Anybody you want to know about the space, please contact me, make comments. But at the moment, just appreciate the aesthetics, the visuals of what these women artists, they absorbed. They went up into Scandinavia and absorbed and came back and gave us this. So generous. So generous to do this. God, am I able to film this in a way that you can really appreciate the gorgeousness? Absolute crazy, all those shades of blue, twisting, salt, frozen. Here's a couple more pieces by the same artist. Here we've got glass and paint, forms, shapes, geometric, crossing, diagonal. You can see it for yourself, but can you see? Crisscross, and let's come back out and see the other piece by her of the white geometrical. Let's get a back view of both of them. These pieces, which are probably, I don't know, a bit larger than an A4. Let's see, there's my hand. So you can have an idea of size. Let's come over here. We've got another couple by another artist who is, hold on if I get this right. That would be Danielle Eubank. Danielle Eubank. Here we go. Okay, there's gonna be a walrus in here. Let's get a close-up on the walrus. It's not every day you get a close-up on a walrus. That means she went up there and shot the walrus and the boat. Looks like it's a little bit fuzzy for you all. Danielle Eubank. Let's come back down here to this. This looks like it's an abstract painting, but it's a photograph. Insane photograph. Come on, shadow, go away. Come on. Like Peter Pan or something. I want my little shadow to go away. We've got, come in so you can really see. Like it's snow and sand and mountain and snow. Snow, sand, snow, mountain. Landscape. Arctic landscape. Let's come up here. This one, I feel a certain closeness to. Is that Tanya Dibbs? Tanya Dibbs. Look at Tanya Dibbs. Look what she's doing. Woo! Like, get those squiggles out. Look at that. Get that energy out. Look at, she's put it into this really nice black frame, too, to really hold it in there. Really putting it in there. Look at how intense it gets in the middle. Ooh. Yeah, me too. Hearts, hearts, hearts. I'm rather fond of this one. Hello, Jamie. If you're just showing up now, we're looking at art by women artists who went up to the Arctic at various times, spent time there, and the art that influenced their work. Now, this sculpture is actually also by the same artist, Tanya Dibbs. And this one looks like, here we go. And you can, it's driftwood with shells or teeth and gems. Who knows? I'd love to say she found all these things on the beach, but I have no idea. But that's what she came up with. It's interesting that she does that, and she does that. I see the connection, and at the same time, it's a little bit disconnected. Okay, let's come out and see. These paintings are, this is when I have to break into my book. I ran out of paper, so I had to, hold it, sorry, excuse me. Here we go, that happens with your live. We've got a series of 3 paintings by, I would say this is Ellis O'Connor. Ellis O'Connor, we're gonna go take a little closer look. See what's happening in each of them. Seems like a straightforward, this, if I might be so bold, looks a bit like Northern Lights to me. This is a pretty straight-on interpretation of some Northern Lights, maybe, possibly. Oil painted. Seems like light is a really big player for those who go into the Arctic. A bit Turner-esque, but then that gets academic. Okay, now this is some craziness over here. This photo, which I'm pretty sure is, hold a second, Stephanie, hold it, stay with me. There's a woman here. Just look, admire while I fumble with my papers, trying to know, no, that's not Tamar Ends. I believe we have a Stephanie here. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. But let's go in for some close-ups. Let's first of all go back. We're going back. And what is even happening here? There's like gold leaf, white flowing in the midst of an incredibly well presented. No, you can feel the glaciers having gone over this. What precise. Such different textures. And undoubtedly there's deep, rich meaning in her choice of putting the cloth white gold wind piece in the middle. And it's a mystery, and we have to find out at some point. Our curiosity is such, here, I have to drop down for a minute, to find out why Stephanie has done that and what it means within the landscape, the Arctic landscape here. Now we've got some old, you know, they look like ancient images. Let's see, this artist, I'll tell you who this is. bumbling about with all my papers. We have Teresa Bogman, or Boffman. I don't know if it's Boffman or Bogman. Conversation with globes. Okay. Yes, there's actually, unfortunately, amazing titles. I need to have an assistant with me, so the assistant could be flipping through the papers and let you know. Because these women are brilliant. These women who have gone up in the north, absorbed these things, and made the art for us so that we can appreciate it, have put incredible titles on these pieces. It was well worth going on the site of Espace des Femmes and looking closer at this art exhibit online and finding out all the information. Because that's not necessarily my job. We dig at the creativity more than the information. We dig at the stories to get you inspired to want to know more. Let's see. Look at that. This is photography on paper, but I'm not even convinced it is photography. Something else is happening here. Like at the base, it's photography. It's almost like it's on old silver print. All that old silver print. Oh, how I wish these artists were here to talk about their pieces. Okay, let's plan this differently next time, because this is like the last day of the show. Next time we need to be in touch with these artists. Maybe Rachel Abrams, you will speak to us one day about your work. If you ever see this, which this isn't your work, this is again Teresa Bogman's. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that, although it's likely I am. Okay, let's move over to these photographs, which now I realize I've messed up. No, that was Angela Gilman. Angela Gilmore. Angela Gilmore. Here we have Teresa Bogman. Live. Rewind, edit. Here you go. You can do that next time. Voiceover. Look at that, there's like gold. There's gold in it. Makes me wonder if this one is connected to that photograph over there. There's the gold. All right. I would say that if that is gold and that is gold, there's some kind of connection there. Is it the same artist? I'd have to ask the woman working here. She speaks French. Ooh, okay. So just so you know, there's TV. We have a couple more pieces to see. And then I'm letting you free to do whatever you want. Now this piece, we have to give it the real credit it's due. This is by the woman who actually organized the show, Barbara Crawford, who I believe is in Virginia at this time. We have the Mylar pyramids in all these different shades of blue. I like to call it clashing blue, because clashing blue... Oh, wait a minute, she's got a title. She has a title that I cannot pass up. It's Anticipating Memory. Is that good? Anticipating Memory by Barbara Crawford. Pretty good, huh? Okay. We have the larger painting. We have the smaller sculptures. Let's go in for a closer look. into the icebergs rising up. Kind of like that Superman movie from a long time ago. No. Deeper, richer, more meaningful. Although I actually liked that Superman movie, but still. This is that painting. Full of all those blues coming through, like Rembrandt. Rembrandt pulling out his white in so many different ways. Like Eskimos have all those words for snow. A painter has to have all those ways of expressing blue. Look at all that blue. All the ways you can make blue happen. Okay, we've got one last piece over here, again by Rachel Abrams. And it is a real treat. Let me move. So here, let's move back first. Okay, these are the two drawings. You can see how big they are, about based on that pole, based on the floor. But let's go in close because they're very interesting. They're works on paper. Look at the works on paper. Let's go right in. Look at that. Look at what she's doing. Oh, it's on glass. See, art under glass protects it, but then you're at a distance. Is the lighting better here? The reflection is a problem. See how we go in? Look at all those bubbles. Look at all those dots. Look at all those shades. Isn't that gorgeous? I want to eat it. Okay. Let's pull away again. I'll give you a full on. Okay, that's the last piece. I'm gonna just give you a full look around. Look at that's out the back door. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous space. Set up as a space, a women's space. And then there's this woman, possibly in the ice. Who knows? I'm afraid I don't know who did this piece. It would not be hard to find out. It should be appreciated. It's an endless amount of winding. I hope she's not in that water. That just looks too cold. Okay, so, and this is the space that we are leaving. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me turn you around. Woo. Let me turn you around. I'm going to cheat and take off my mask for a moment. Thank you so much for showing up. And I see there's actually still a watcher, you wild thing. You deserve it. But before we go, let me show you all my different shades of blue. We got a bit of blue here, a totally different blue here, blue, 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 and obviously the mask, okay? We went for the multi-blues. You know, when you're going to see a woman's Arctic art, you gotta dress for the occasion, no? You gotta show up, you know, like you did. Thank you for showing up, and we'll see you soon, because, you know, it's a blast. Take it easy, show up, love you, and ciao.